Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to continue with more American news, of course, and a little bit of news from Canada, perhaps a little bit from around the world. In fact, the more I delve into this thing, the more it's becoming more than a little bit interesting. It's almost become an obsession with me. I'm not sure how other people feel about this, but it is such a very important issue that affects everyone, whether or not you thought you deserved to be impacted by it or not. But it is strangely enough where we are, and as some people will tell you, it's biblical times, and perhaps it is. It is certainly an extremely unusual time, and it seems to fit in with the warnings, the biblical warnings. If you want to go look at them, some people may not be too big on biblical stuff, except that it is in the last 5,000 years, and possibly before that, these things have been written down. And even in a very long time ago, it was written on, I believe they are bronze or brass plates, so they couldn't be destroyed by fire. So it was that important, obviously, to our ancestors. It was that important. Let's just take a look at it briefly. Currently, with the Kavanaugh hearings and now what we're seeing from the activities of the Democrats and things that Hillary Clinton are saying, and now Hillary Clinton has gotten her husband they're going around the country and they're going to do speaking engagements in the largest venues that they can find. And they are insisting that the current government of the United States be destroyed. I don't think there's a better way to say it than destruction, because that's what they're planning on doing. Now in 2016, on January 2016 is when Trump became the president in a successful election in November. In 2009, yes, January 20th, 2009, the second inauguration of Barack Obama, a demon named nergal, we pronounce it nergal, Nergal. He probably has a Hebrew word. He is one of Satan's top people. And he came to America on January the 20th, 2009. You can watch it on YouTube. It's a famous video, very famous. He turns himself into a skull before he descends from the top of the Washington Monument, and he goes straight into the ground. Nergal was present when Jerusalem fell to the Babylonians. Nergal stood at the front gates to Jerusalem and watched the fall of Israel. The people of Israel were taken away and went to Babylon. They lived there for a long time. It's the book of Daniel. You can look it up. In fact, now that I've said that, the man who was in charge of Babylon, his name was Nebuchadnezzar. He's got a very long name. It's a very interesting name. Be interesting to know what his name means, because sometimes in those days the name referred to something, some talent, or where they came from, or what was projected in their future. However, let's get back to nergal. The Jews were banished. Again, a man named Daniel went with them, and he became the prophet for, or a seer, a dream interpreter for Nebuchadnezzar. And Nebuchadnezzar had writing on the wall. It so frightened him, and there is a book, the Talmud it's called, which became our Old Testament. And there's one entire chapter written by Nebuchadnezzar. He introduced himself in the very first sentence. I am Nebuchadnezzar. These are my, whatever, testimony, I guess, is what he was doing, because he became a believer in one true God, let's say, and that's what happened to him. Anyway, now we're looking at in America right now, nergal is trying to be a witness, let's say, to the destruction of America. And you have to understand, because in America, there are a public statue now. I think there's only one of the Baphomet, and I believe it's in Chicago. Now, interestingly enough, that's the home of Barack Obama, or whatever his home is. There's also a thing called the Arch of Baal, which was brought here, and it's, I believe, in New York State. These are harbingers of destruction of America. Where do they get their energy from, do you suppose? In Canada, in a city called Winnipeg, there is a building that is a replica of the Temple of Solomon. That temple, built here, was designed and constructed by a Frenchman. He came from France to build it. It's very, in Canada, it'd be very difficult to get this information because it's very strange here in Canada. When you try to get information, the government takes a look at it and says, it's not for you. It's weird. I've been trying to, I'm getting personal now, but I've been trying to correct false information about me with the government of Canada, and they will not let me access my account. They won't let me do anything. I'm shut out from any justice in this country, which Canada fell to Satanism a long time ago. Anyway, in Winnipeg, at Solomon's Temple, the energy, it's called the Principality of Satan, and it controls all of North America. Believe that or not, it's true. All of Mexico, right to Central America, it is the top principality of darkness and energy for these people like Nergal and Baphomet and the Arch of Baal are all getting their energy from that one building in that one city. There is a room in that building that no one is allowed to enter. Very mysterious little place. I'm going to have to try and get some pictures of it for you. Google Earth, perhaps, maybe I can. However, you need to be aware of this. And in America right now, you have Donald Trump, who comes, as they say, furiously. He entered the White House. And the problem that they're having, like the Illuminati people, who are very well connected, you know, and they mop up this negative energy for their own uses. They have decided they are not going to fight. George Soros still wants to fight, and I have a feeling George Soros is actually the Antichrist, the one that was predicted to come. Now he's from where's he from? Is it Romania, perhaps? Hungary, maybe. And Nostradamus predicted that the third Antichrist comes from that area. Nostradamus predicted where Napoleon was born, where Hitler was born, and where the Antichrist, the third one, was born. And I believe, personally, that it's George Soros. I think you'll find I'm awfully close to it. He's got a lot of money. He's got everybody in America stirred up. He wants to turn America into an open society. Well, here comes the Trojan horse, everybody. I think everybody knows what I mean by the Trojan horse. When you let the Muslims in, wherever the Muslims go, they're trouble. And historically, it's absolutely true. They tried to destroy the pyramids. They tried to take them down. They have blown up megastructures in India and Pakistan that were religious, but not their religion, so they blew them up. You know, they're basically. I better stop there because you know I'd like to live a little bit longer. I got to watch the clock again. However, this is everyone has to remember, in my opinion, that God has decided to step in. Americans are Christians. Barack Obama once said, America is no longer a Christian nation. Barack Obama now is reaping the whirlwind, as we see. I can see how he's speaking out very brashly. He wants to destroy Trump. Hillary Clinton wants to destroy him. Her husband wants to destroy him. There's lots of Democrats in America that would like to see Trump brought down. And the amount of hatred toward President Trump's wife, it's remarkable. She is one of the most beautiful women you could ever hope for as a first lady. It's remarkable. And she's a smart woman. She's not an American. It's her adopted country. But she loves America. So does President Trump. I, living in Canada, my ancestry is American as well. They came here years ago, but my ancestry did come from America. So I have that spirit about me as well, that you can do anything you want. If you can see it, you can do it. In Canada, they don't allow it, especially for entrepreneurs. They like to destroy the entrepreneurs. It's a long story. I'll have to do it another time. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. I think it's George Soros. Nergal is definitely here. Baphomet is there. Arch of Baal. You can look these things up. They are very, very important. Even though they seem like they're almost trivial, they are not. They are symbols, and they have power. Thank you for listening to me. Try to have fun if you can. Toodly-doo for now. Thanks again. Bye.